Okay. Anyone wants to share what you did on yesterday's sustainability? Does anyone want to share what you did on sustainability, revelation? Aha, Juliet, you can share. You have been resisting change when it comes to finance, though you don't want to call it resisting, but anything you are not changing, you are accepting hard reality. Okay? Okay, okay, okay. You are accepting hard reality. What do you mean by hard reality, if you don't mind sharing, Grace? I was trying to internalize your message. Could it be that the hard reality is trying to communicate something to you? Let me give. The issue is having a soft spot for a particular few. Ah, ah, okay. So, what I should be honest with you, you have been resisting change when it comes to finance. Though you don't want to call it resisting, but anything you are not changing, you are accepting hard reality. Okay. You're having a soft spot for a particular few. When you talk about having a soft spot for a particular few, is it about giving them? Are you giving them? Are you giving people? Or you're giving, eh? And you have a soft spot for a few people, for a particular few. Okay, but you're accepting now the hard reality. What is that hard reality that you're accepting? What is that hard reality that you're accepting? Sorry, I'm going to first stick to Grace because I want us to understand very clearly where Grace is coming from when it comes to that you are resisting change in finance. Okay. Do you want to adjust to start being to stop mismanaging, giving out where you don't really, it's not necessary? Is that what you want to try to do? You feel you are trying? Okay. So, Grace, this is what I'm going to tell you. I'm glad that you have confronted your true self when it comes to your finances in this regard. And I'm glad that you have, when it comes to responsibility, you want to still be humble, yeah, but at the same time, you want to be aligned financially. And that's very, very crucial, okay? You've understood your vulnerabilities very clearly in this area that you have a soft spot for a particular few. Okay, discernment has helped you to stay aligned with God's will, and you've learned how to meditate on God's words. Okay, so now that you have had this breakdown of how alignment is maintained through relationships, yeah, and you've confronted your true self, you've seen the soft spot, you have now learned how to discern that you need to stay aligned with God's will, not your will. Otherwise, whatever you mismanage, you lose. And now you have learned the responsibility that whatever you sustain in alignment, you'll be able to have to keep, because that's what responsibility is all about. Will you be entrusted with more, with the little you have been given, and more and more? Depends on how you account for what you have been given. So now that you are very clear on this in particular, I'm going to give you just three, just three steps. You're going to get your money that you earn or whatever it is, okay? Because sometimes the reason as to why we find ourselves giving out money unnecessarily, even when we don't have to, even when we don't have, and depleting from maybe overgiving or something, depleting from a source that is not even there, is because we have not learned the wealth creation tips, or we've not learned um, God's way of doing things, yeah? And God's way of doing things, let me just give you 3 steps. Then we shall talk about finances when we get to that topic. But I just want to give you three. It's a Jewish wealth creation method that they use. It's a ratio that they use. It's a third. And I think Joseph also used that a lot. A third of your income should go to, let's say, land. Even if you're saying, I'm going to start saving for land, put a third away for land. Put a third away for business. Put a third away, just three, for not talking about, yeah, liquid. Have liquid. Always have. If you have liquid, a third for business and a third for land, you now start having constructive ways of apportioning your wealth or your finances, your money, so that you don't find yourself only having liquid. You don't have any business that you're saving for, or at least that you're saying, let me start saving for this business, even if I haven't yet created it. But when the opportunity comes, I will just invest according to how I am led. Or you don't have money yet saved aside for land, okay? Or you have, but you must have a third. If you have already acquired land, it should the three equal parts. Okay, so I repeat again. Three equal parts of this, of your money, of your income, or whatever it is. I don't know what your money, how your money is apportioned, where it's coming from. But divide your money into three equal parts. I'm not going to explain a lot. We shall get there when we get to that topic. I want you to I'm trying to help Grace because she's talking about finances, okay? And I gave you an assignment yesterday. I haven't just started the topic, Casey. I left you with an assignment yesterday. I asked you yesterday, yeah, to um, go and do the homework in regards to sustainability, revelation, discernment, responsibility. I didn't talk about response because we just did it yesterday. And I asked you to pick another area of your life. Yesterday, Grace picked her spiritual life. Today, she has picked her finances. And I asked you to go and look at areas where alignment is maintained through relationships, that is sustainability. She has chosen finances. She has realized that in her finances, she has a soft spot, okay? When it comes to, she has confronted herself, she has confronted herself, still it's the same kind of thing. And then she has also discerned her vulnerability. She needs to stick to God's will and not her will. Her vulnerability, I think, is taking decisions in her own hands. And then when it comes to responsibility, sustaining your alignment through humility, these are the areas that I asked you to do homework on yesterday, okay? I'm just doing a recap of what I asked you to do. Then we can start the class today, okay? Then when it comes to responsibility, how do you sustain alignment through humility? When you are humble enough to acknowledge, the first thing is you have acknowledged that, okay, I am weak in this area, yeah, and I would like to change. I have been going with my own will and not the will of God. Grace, are you with me now? Do you understand where I am so far before I give you the third portions? Please acknowledge that you understand what I mean so far with the interpretation according to what you've given us today. Do you understand this particular point? Okay. So now that you understand, yeah, that you understand where you are or where you lie with sustainability, revelation, discernment, responsibility, and you've chosen the finance bit. One, Joseph taught us how to ensure that even when recession comes, we are not caught off guard. Even when there is famine, we are not caught off guard. Okay? We have to practice this even with the little that we have. You're going to get your monies, okay? And divide them into three equal parts. Okay? The first third, a third, 1 out of 3. Yeah? The first third, I want you to portion it for land. Whether you have land already, make sure that you always have a, a, in your accountability. Make sure that you never go below a third when it comes to land. Never go below a third when it comes to business. Whether you are saving for business and you haven't yet started, never go below a third when it comes to business. Never go below a third when it comes to liquid cash. Okay? If you have more than a third liquid cash, then you can choose to do what you've been doing. If you don't yet have more, you're not supposed to. You still don't understand that thing. Okay, Grace, have you understood? Let me first deal with Grace. Have you understood? Because she's the one who has the challenge. Grace, have you understood? I'll bring that topic. I think I'll bring it. I'll talk about finances. I'm going to talk about finances. I'm going to choose a day where I'm going to teach you this, what I'm talking about. But it's for a later class, not now. But I was just bringing it in for her for now to start structuring. Yes, you have. Okay, Kezi, we will have a class on this particular topic that I've been talking about that you don't understand. It's too early for me to discuss it. I just wanted her to start now so that by the time we even start the topic, she is kind of like on the same page with me. Okay? Good that you have understood. For now, you can start slowly by slowly and read about it as well. Then, Juliet, your feedback today, you said, revelation. You learned how to forgive yourself and others, and you learned how to be merciful to others and to yourself. Beautiful. I don't even have any comments for that. When you confront your true self, if there's been unforgiveness and you know that it's opening doors that you don't need open and you've closed that, that's a very good thing. And then you learned how to forgive yourself and others. You learned how to be merciful to others and yourself. That's good. That's good. And yourself. The most important is and yourself as well. Because when you learn to forgive yourself, it's easier for you to even forgive others. Thank you for sharing that in regards to confronting your true self, the revelation. And you said again, discernment, it helped you to stay aligned with God's will. You have learned how to meditate on God's words. Oh, was I reading that for, was it yours that I read it for Grace? I think I read it for Grace. Okay, sorry about that. Then, okay, that's good. That's good. You are aligned with God's will. So, Juliet, can you share with us what do you do? Because now we need to be very practical. What is that action that you carry out to stay aligned with God's will? What is that action for you to stay discerned? What is that action that you carry out? We need to be very specific so that we understand what you mean by that. And responsibility, you have learned how to manage your duties as a woman. You stopped blaming yourself for no good reason. You instead pause and reflect. You learned how to set personal boundaries. Hey, Juliet, that is good. Now that's being very practical and writing it down the way that's what I mean when I say building systems and structures around every area of your life. Now, this is you breaking it down to that detail. That's a very good thing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's a good thing. Sim, why are you saying hell? Sim, why are you saying hell? And you're very welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay. Okay. So, Juliet, I thought that's how much. No, 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 no. So what you do, guys, I'm going to give you homework. Before I bring that topic and I introduce it here, I'm going to ask you to go and study that I'm not, because it's not my class today. I don't want to discuss that. I want you to go and study the 3 equal parts that Joseph was teaching us when he was dividing money. Actually, it is Solomon who really taught us. a third maybe of your salary, you can save it towards business, a third of your salary, save it towards land, and a third of your salary, save it, or any income, save it towards your, make sure you have a third liquid. Then you can say, okay, now I can afford to give. If you don't have, because it's not that you only give when you have excess, but I need you to understand why you need to have your finances well organized. Okay? If they are not organized, or you're saying, hello, Sim, hi, Sim. If you're not organized in your finances, in your relationships, in every area of your life, if you're not organized the way we are talking about it, it's going to um, bring a glitch one way or the other. So we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this when we are talking about the finances bit, okay? You save half. No, no, no. It's okay, Kezi. It's okay if you save half. It's okay because what you're doing is you're not doing bad. You're not doing badly. What we just don't want you to do is to. We are confronting Grace's issue. Grace's issue was. Let me read it again. She has been resisting change when it comes to finances, though she doesn't want to call it resisting, but anything that you're not changing, you are accepting hard. She's accepting hard reality. So the issue was having a soft spot for a particular few. Okay. And she wants to learn how to be fair. At the same time, she also doesn't want to deplete through overgiving when she doesn't even have. At the end of the day, you'll ask yourself, where did the money go? You had the resources and all you did was focus on giving. What did you do for yourself? You understand? Not for yourself, but what did you do with the resources that you are interested with, the finances themselves? So you must have a third apportion to land, a third apportion to business, a third apportion to liquid cash. But that is a topic that we're going to talk about later, not today. Today, we have to follow the chronological order of how we have been going so that we can benefit from the classes, okay? Okay, so Juliet, you say you pray every day before you do anything and you put God first in everything. That's great. Thank you very much. So, thank you for giving me that input from what you have been doing from the classes that we have been having. Today is lesson 10. We are talking about refinement. What is the process producing in you? As we continue in this journey series, we first understood very clearly what this deeper reality of transformation is bringing in us. When we say refinement, that is the deeper reality of transformation. Refinement, because that is exactly what happens after you have responded the way you're responding. When you break it down the way you're breaking it down, because though you've not given us your homework, when you break it down the way you're breaking it down, you don't have to give all details, but you just come with one encounter, you break it down, then it helps you as you do your homework for the rest of the areas of your life. Okay? What we are doing now, right now, is when we have understood our response, what we choose to do with what has been given to us, transformation will eventually lead you to refinement. The moment you start responding, once you respond correctly to truth, your life is going to begin to change. This one, I want to prepare you. Your life is going to begin to change. Your life is going to begin to change. First of all, pressure is going to increase. You'll bring yours on Monday, no problem, no problem, no problem. But did you get the title of today's class? Today's class is Refinement. What is this process producing in you? What is this process producing in you? To go back again a bit, transformation, whatever you've been doing so far to now, it's going to lead to refinement. Every time you respond correctly to the truth, Like that truth that you have grace now about your finances, the truth that you had yesterday about your spiritual life, the truth that you have today, Juliet, about your relationships. Okay, the truth that you had yesterday, Casey, about your relationships. Sim, did you do an exercise yesterday? I think you didn't do any exercise, Sim. Even today, I've not seen you doing any exercise. You need to do the exercise, Sim. Okay, so when you start responding to the truth, your life is going to change. I'm going to insist on that one because I don't want you to run away from the process, because your life is going to completely change. And when you did, you've not presented. Now I didn't even give you an opportunity because you were silent. Hmm? What exactly did do you have anything to share with us? Do you have anything that you want to share with us? Okay. So as we go on, yeah, as you begin to change, pressure is going to begin to increase. There are things that are going to put pressure on you. And I don't want you to feel like you are abandoned when this pressure starts coming, or if you're experiencing this pressure and you've been experiencing, what's happening? Have I been abandoned or something? No. Whatever pressure that you feel in every area, whether it is finances, Grace, now I'm sure you're feeling the pressure, okay? Whether it is finances, whether it is in your relationships, whatever pressure you start feeling, something is being formed within you. Something is being formed within you. I'm going to give you an example of Job. In chapter 10, Job really cried. He told God, "You are my friend. I I was a man, I was right with you. I was a man of integrity. I prayed every single day. What happened to us? What happened? Why did you stop loving me? Why did you withdraw from me like that?" Job wailed. Job was sad. He was in pain. He lost his children. He lost his wife, because his wife was still alive, but his wife was like, "Why don't you just curse God?" In a way, somehow he had lost her. Hmm? He lost his property. He lost his reputation. He lost his image. He lost everything. He could not understand why he was suffering, because he was a good man. He prayed every day, and his friends didn't even help him at all. They made it just worse. He felt rejected, he felt isolated, he felt misunderstood, abandoned, and completely exhausted. He asked himself, "What did I do to you, God? What did I do to you? I've lost my reputation, stability. I'm sick, my health has gone. I don't have any support. Even the friends that I thought I had have been mocking me all through, saying that I am being punished for sins I don't even understand. I lost all comfort. The glory just faded away." Job was in so much pain. But you see, the one thing, he did not know what was happening behind the scenes. He didn't know. He didn't know that there was a greater purpose that was connected to this pain that he was experiencing. And this is the reality that many leaders experience, many stewards, many visionaries. Sometimes when we go through these hard times, yeah, when we go through the very hard times, we think God has abandoned me. What have I done? What did I do to deserve this? I'm sure you've all had some moments in somewhere, one way or the other, where you felt like, "God, really, what did I do? Why have you abandoned me? Why have you forsaken me?" Because you see, you begin the journey of transformation, and then suddenly people misunderstand you. Relationships just start shifting. Old environments start rejecting you because you're a totally different person. The pressure just increases. Isolation grows. Weaknesses are exposed. Your old identity begins dying. What happens when you start experiencing that? Because, to be honest, When I say refinement, if you have not been through refinement, this is what refinement introduces to you. I am telling you just so that you don't run away from the process because it is coming. And if you have been there or you're going through it right now, you relate. But have you experienced anything like people misunderstanding you? I think we had these discussions in the TikTok live where people really talked about how their relationships have shifted and how pressure has really increased. They've been isolated, weaknesses have been exposed. But you see, even your old identity is going to begin dying. That is the only way you can know that transformation is actually happening. Has anyone experienced this so far? And this is not to scare you, this is to prepare you. Because I believe the reason as to why you keep coming on a daily is because something is being birthed in you. So tell me, what is happening? Anything? Hmm? Mm-hmm. Grace, what is happening? You can share. What is it that is happening? Do you feel like God has forgotten you? Kezi, anything that you want to share with us? You refuse to give someone money and we don't talk. That means that relationship was not genuine. It was a transactional relationship. Because every time you experience such things, they reveal the truth. Yeah, even if you did, and now you see, God can intentionally withhold from you just so that He can open your eyes to see the truth and the reality of the people that you deal with every day. Sometimes we don't know. We're either too naive or gullible, or we're just negligible. We don't pay attention to these things, or we don't discern. And the person who you're seeing here is not real, it's not so genuine with you. And God, every time um, some circumstances happen to you, there's something that God wants to teach you. There's something that He's birthing in you. Maybe He's teaching you patience. Maybe He's teaching you to learn to pay attention, not to scatter your resources, your hard-earned resources. He loves you. So He doesn't want you to scatter your resources like that. Kezia, just ask a question. Now that you've been going through this journey of transformation, are you experiencing people misunderstanding you, relationships shifting, old environments rejecting you, pressure increasing, isolation growing, weaknesses being exposed, as well as your old identity dying away? Are you experiencing any of those things? I just wanted you to understand what refinement is all about. And I want to see if you're also experiencing it already now. And it was a man. Okay, clearly. You have your answers, and that's a very good thing, Grace. You really have your answers. Hmm? So, as you're going through this formation, which is transformation, yeah, you're going to realize that most of us want purpose, yeah, but very few want the process that produces purpose. Let me tell you the number of people who ask this question. I want to get to know my purpose. I want to get to know my purpose. But ask them to come for this class. This one that you're seated in. Ask them to come for this class to get to know their purpose. They don't want. They don't want to sit and be patient. Because when I say refinement, purpose is birthed from refinement. Refinement is very uncomfortable, but it's for a reason. It exposes any dependence in you. Are you depending on money? Are you depending on people? Or what are you depending on? It exposes that dependence, any pride in you. That's what this does, refinement. If there's any fear lacking around, this refinement is going to expose fear. And then you need to deal with it. Refinement is going to expose any insecurities in you. If you're experiencing emotional instability, refinement is going to expose that. Because that, you see, every time you're going through the refinement, and you see, you may not realize what is happening, but you'll be very uncomfortable, asking yourself, why am I uncomfortable? Now I'm going to answer you. The reason as to why you're experiencing a lot of discomfort is because you're going through formation, like a caterpillar in a cocoon. Because this refinement comes with discomfort. It's uncomfortable because all your dependence traits are being exposed and being scraped off you. Imagine they get a razor and they're scraping off dependence, pride, fear, insecurity, emotional instability, any false identity that is not you. That is what refinement does. It's like fire. And sometimes you may practically feel it. Practically, not just hear the word fire. Practically feel it. You're like, hey, this fire. Where is it coming from? But what is it? It's scraping off all misplaced trust, hidden wounds, trauma. That's what refinement does. You asked a very straightforward question yesterday, and he blue-ticked you, and you even knew it. Okay. So, you see, when these things start surfacing, the fear, the insecurity, because they only surface when you start touching them. Let me tell you something. There are things that you will be very surprised that are in existence in you, around you, in your family lineages, in your background, in your bloodline. And the only time that you're going to find out is if you step in the corridor where they exist. You'll be like, where are you going? Where are you going? When these things start surfacing, many people retreat. The moment fear comes, people take off. The moment it's revealed to you that you have a dependent personality or character, you take off. You start taking it personal. You take offense. The moment emotional instability is exposed, you take off. This is what the formation. You're the one who has responded to the truth, right? After you have responded, now there's what they call refinement. And that's exactly what refinement is going to expose. Anything that is hidden, any trauma, refinement is going to put it out in the light. So do not retreat when you start seeing these things surfacing. Because you see, in refinement, this is where depth is built. God will not develop your gifts. God will not develop your character. We like looking at gifts and talents, but character is even more important. He not only develops your gifts, but he also develops your character. You'll see yourself as a totally different person. You see, what you carry, whatever you're trying to birth, that solution that is in you, it must have the capacity to sustain what you are called to do. So, what we are doing right now, we are actually building capacity. And every time you build capacity, you raise God's eyebrows like, who is this? So, he makes sure everything that she needs comes in place. When I say needs, if there's this thing that you have that you don't need, he will take it away. You need him to take it away, so he will take it away. That's what I mean. Everything that needs to come in place will come in place to enable you to walk through, because your character is going through a formation. If what you carry, you have not prepared, you have not built capacity to sustain it, you will destroy it. Job thought he was being destroyed, but heaven was watching him every step of every day. Nothing could happen to him. And you see, most of the times that season that is most breaking is actually the season of producing. The one that breaks you the most, where you feel so stretched. This is the season where you're actually really producing. What is being produced in you? Endurance, perseverance, wisdom, discernment. This is a season where these traits are activated. If you didn't have discernment, yield to the process. This is where authority is given. This is where you learn how to be compassionate. You see, after you've gone through the pain, you'll also start empathizing with others and put yourself in other people's shoes. This is where maturity is nurtured. If you didn't have depth spiritually, you'll even start having depth. Because then something is going to be pushing you. Don't stop in the halfway. Don't chicken out when the resistance becomes too much, when the pressure piles on you. You see, this transformation thing that we're doing, it cannot remain surface level. It's an inner work. If you dare step into any true leadership authority, any job, any whether business or whether what, if you step into a leadership position without refinement, it's going to be very dangerous, not only for you, but for the people that you're leading. So that's why it's important for you to allow this refinement to go on. Well, imagine you get influence when your character has not yet been built. Do you know what that influence can do? Because you can influence people. You just have to talk to people and they are following you, doing what you're doing, patterning their lives based on you, modeling it out for them. So imagine your character has not been formed or built. And that influence is going to become destruction. DES, destructive. And imagine if you get that visibility, you want 1,000 likes now, like we are in this class. Maybe I want 1,000 students. If you receive this visibility to that tune, and I have not done internal alignment, do you know that it's going to eventually collapse? Because you're just going to take offense. Someone is going to annoy you. You take offense, and that's a door opened already. So the reason as to why this transformation, is a process that's going to take you through character building. You're forming these areas of your life. Okay? So I think you have clearly understood what I mean by refinement in depth. And I hope you're taking notes. I want to go to the reflection question because I want you to reflect deeply. 1, what pressure are you currently resisting? What pressure are you currently resisting? For example, are you resisting rejection? You find that people are rejecting you, but you're resisting it. My son calls it tying ropes. You're still trying to squeeze yourself where you have practically been rejected. What is that a pressure that you're resisting currently? Misunderstandings? Are you resisting misunderstandings? Because sometimes these misunderstandings want to expose relationship gaps that you need to be aware of. Then look at what can I do about this and then improve. Are you resisting loneliness? What if that loneliness is a time when God wants to just speak to you? Are you resisting delays? Sometimes delays, and most of the times these delays is that is the training period. It feels like it is delayed, but every time you receive a revelation, every day that goes by and you keep adding on, you realize, hey, it was actually adding value. So could this pressure be producing something deeper within you that you are currently resisting? Delays, loneliness, you're resisting parenthood? Okay, it's good you noted it, and that one is for you to deal with yourself, I believe, right? Yeah, we don't have a say on your parenthood case, but it's good you've acknowledged it. Now you go and think about what you need to do. Two, uh-huh, you have been off. Okay, on the live or on the answer? Which one? So two, what old identity is dying within you? This one should be an exciting question for you because for all these lessons that we've been having, there must be an old identity that is dying within you. Is it people pleasing? Is it fear of rejection? Is it emotional reactions? What old identity is dying within you? Hunger, you mean anger, Juliet? You mean anger, anger? Validation, like seeking validation? Unhealthy attachments? Have you been finding yourself attaching to people? Or self-reliance? You believe you have your own strength, your own might, your own will, you in control. Is that an identity that you can clearly identify as one that is dying? People pleasing, thank you, Sim. Good, good, good. That's a good one. Thank you very much, Sim. Kezi, bitterness and anger. Thank you. Thank you. That's good. Also, we are making progress. We are making progress. Yes, Hajara, you're late. But how are you? It's okay. It's okay. As long as you're here. Question three. Are you interpreting refinement as punishment? Are you interpreting refinement as punishment? For example, feeling abandoned because life becomes harder. I can assure you, as you are going through this refinement, this transformation process, yeah, you're going to feel abandoned so many times. And the reason as to why God allows you to be abandoned is because there is a consecration that does not or cannot accommodate pollution, contamination, and defilement. He's a jealous God, so he will protect you and protect the work that you're doing. So there are times when you're going to feel abandoned, but you're not abandoned. You're being formed, you're being transformed. So when life becomes a bit harder and the discomfort is a bit too much, the pressure is a bit too much, just know that the formation is actually taking place. There and then it may not be visible. But after some time, you will not believe the results. You'll start having tangible results of, I used to do this, now I'm no longer doing this. I used to do this, now I'm no longer doing this. I used to do it, now I'm no longer doing this. Or now I'm doing this, now I'm doing this. It's not like everyone used to do anything. So, question 4, what strength is this season building in you? Getting angry at people when you are tired, when they've done nothing. Eh. Now, that is something that is not sparked off by you. That is an external manipulation that gains access through to you and manipulates you to get angry at people when you are tired, when they're done. Now, let me tell you something. I need you to pick that pattern and start studying it very well. Now that, okay, you know that it happens, you get angry at people. It happens when you are tired. Okay? So now you know that when does it happen? When you are tired. What is it? It is anger. Okay? Who is it targeting? It is targeting people. They've done nothing. So are you realizing that your relationships are being attacked? Because every time you get angry with people, they have done nothing to you. And it targets when you are tired. That means there's a vulnerability around your tiredness that is being manipulated to work against you. Question is, you see how you do a reverse cycle. How do you take advantage as well of your tiredness? What do you do when you are tired? Can you implement something when you are tired to break this pattern? Question 2 and 4. Kezi, did you write question 2 and 4? Or do you want me to write them? I think Kezi wrote question 1. You didn't write question 2, eh? Question 2, yeah, she has written it. What old identity is dying within you? And then question 3, are you interpreting refinement as punishment or, yeah, as punishment? And that's where we are. Yeah. If you are interpreting refinement as punishment, are you finding yourself thinking difficulty means failure? Because sometimes this difficulty does not come because it wants you to fail. Sometimes this difficulty comes because there's something that you need to pay attention to that you're not paying attention to. So circumstances will become difficult around you just so that they can get your attention to pay attention to something there. I always keep saying, take note of your obstacles or hindrances. Yeah, they are communicating to you. They are speaking very loudly to you. When you start learning how to read these patterns very clearly, well, why is this obstacle coming? What exactly am I getting? What am I learning? What is being birthed in me? What do I need to overcome? What area do I need to improve? Why is it here? When you start asking so many questions and your life becomes like that, there is nothing that will be a coincidence to you from today. You won't even have time to think difficulties are failures. No, you will start, your perception about difficulty will completely change. So, are you interpreting refinement as punishment? For example, believing resistance means you are out of alignment? But sometimes when we experience resistance, we're like, what have I done wrong? No. You are not out of alignment. As long as somehow you still have a peace of mind, however less it may be. Resistance doesn't mean that you are out of alignment. So start practicing your interpretation of your refinement process, not as a punishment, but as, you know how you kind of prune plants or flowers, eh? Because what refinement does, it takes off anything that needs to go off, and then it builds what needs to be built. So you need to allow the process to take its course, and you need to be very patient. Okay, you need to be very patient. That one is very crucial. You need to be very patient. Question 4. What strength is this season building in you? What strength is this season building in you? Now we are in the season of encounters, exposure, revelation, integration, because that's exactly what we're talking about. Yeah? We're talking about all these classes that we've been having: sustainability, discernment, responsibility, response. What strength is this season building in you? If you are not aware of some of these things and they take you off guard, that is how we lose them. Our ignorance sometimes costs us. So, what are those strengths that you have seen yourself? Maybe emotional discipline, maybe patience, maybe courage, maybe you're learning to be consistent. Kezi, I can see you're posting. You're learning to be consistent. Is maturity one of the strengths that are being built in you this season? You're becoming a totally different person. Discernment, resilience, where you would chicken out and run away and say, hey, it's too much for me, I can't take it, then you run away. Are you starting to learn how to be resilient now? Aha, self-control, thank you. That's a very good strength. That's a very good strength. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so question 5. What are you becoming through this process? You see, there's a difference between the strength in this season that you are building and what you are becoming, you. The other one was the strength. When I say what are you becoming, for example, are you more intentional? It's not the strength, because it's the strength that you're building is consistency. Those are strengths. Now I'm talking about group values. What are you becoming with these encounters, with this knowledge you're gaining, and you putting it in action, the exposures, the responsibility, and all? What are you becoming? Are you becoming more intentional, more grounded, self-aware, disciplined, spiritually aligned, relationally aligned, mentally aligned, physically aligned? Your sim emptyholic. There's a word called emptyholic. I didn't even know. Emptyholic. You like being alone. It depends. Are you adding value to yourself when you are alone, or is it an isolation pattern that you need to do away with? That is the answer you need to answer first, then we can see. Or you lack patience, Juliet. Okay, so the question is, what are you becoming through this process? So, Juliet, you're answering the question of what strength? Oh, so you need to build patience, eh? Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the how to steps. I hope you guys are reflecting. I hope this is not too much for you. Is it too much for you? Is it too detailed? Is it too stretching? You see the reason as to why we left TikTok? Because now we are dealing with meat, hard truths, daily hard truths. Number 5, okay. When I say, what are you becoming through this process? For example, when I say, are you becoming intentional? Maybe you are like, yeah, I'm explaining number 5. Maybe you were not, you knew that you wanted to align your identity, you know that you want to build systems and structures, you know that you want to maybe have your own business 5 years from now, or how many years from now, or even tomorrow. You have basically put in the work, yeah? And now, every day that you come for this class, you are seeing yourself totally different, because who you were when you started in this class, I am sure is not who you are now. That transformation that has transpired all this while, yeah, is who you are becoming through this process, or what you are becoming. If you were scattered, disorganized, do things randomly when you wish, because I'm not even being paid for this, so let me focus on my job. I'll work on it later. You keep procrastinating or something like that. What are you becoming? Are you becoming more grounded, like you used to fear? You used to not to be sure of yourself. Anybody who would come and maybe bully you, you would accept and chicken out. You used to be gullible, but now you are grounded. You know who you are. It's not easy for somebody to just come and say, "Hey," you're like, no. I mean, even when someone comes here and posts maybe and say abuses us or anything, you just look at him and says, like, God help him to understand that there's something that's working against his character. So you need to maybe go through this. Okay. What are you becoming through the process? Are you becoming more disciplined? Maybe you were not disciplined before. Maybe you were not keeping time. Maybe you were not keeping up appointments. I mean, you're procrastinating, but are you now more disciplined? Are you now more self-aware through the reflection questions that I keep asking you and you keep answering them? Are you now more self-aware? Are you now at least spiritually aligned? Like Grace said yesterday, she now wants to draw out a pattern to read the Bible as well as study every day. Now, that's a structure that you've already introduced in your day to day work. You're interfering with the flow, but you see the flow will align with you. You are consistent, Casey, and you have overcome procrastination. That's good. Juliet, you're okay with everything. That's good. Okay, so let's go to the how to steps for today's class. Okay, step one, stop running from pressure. Stop running from pressure. Grace, you're having more fun. You're more fun in your values. Good. Juliet, you're becoming very strong. Good. That's a very good thing. 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 We are making very tremendous improvements. And you see, every time we step forward, we are moving ahead. But now, even if this refinement tries to pull you backward a bit, and you find yourself compromising on the standards that you had set with all this fire and vigor, it's okay. Just pull yourself back in front and say, you know what? Jacinta said, I'm going to experience this, and now I'm seeing it. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to go forward no matter what. However, behind, you're lagging. Pull yourself ahead and focus on the finish line like a runner. When the runner is running, no matter what, even if he's the last in the queue, the thing is, did he pass the finish line? Because that's the only way they can register that he was on the runway. But if he chickens out and stops halfway, it's like as if he didn't run from the beginning. Poor guy, he's tired, and then he stops in the middle. Even if it's walking, he'll walk until the finish line. That's the rule of the game. Now I want you to get that and put it in your how to steps. Stop running from pressure. Not every difficult season is distraction. Some seasons are development. You are going to experience a stretch, a stretch. Instead of immediately asking yourself, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this producing within me? If you run from pressure, you're going to be running away from your refinement. Allow the process to take its course. However, discomfort or uncomfortable or painful, you can't accommodate it. Sometimes you need to sit in the pain and let it do it. Let that pain do its job. Because that pain is going to totally produce a different you that you have never imagined. Okay? Step 2, remain honest during the process. Remain honest during the process, no matter what. You see, even when Job experienced all those things, he remained honest. Even when he was angry, he was honest in his anger. Even when he was like just sad, he was expressing that. Be honest with your emotions. It's okay for you to feel angry. It's okay for in the process you will vent out. You will say things you shouldn't. I'm tired. Vent out. Acknowledge the pain, acknowledge the confusion, acknowledge the exhaustion, acknowledge the weaknesses, but do not abandon the process. Do not abandon the process. That's why you need an accountability partner. Even if it means Juliet pairing with Kezzy, Grace pairing with Sim, pair each other. If you don't have outside them because you don't know each other, and it's okay. You have a shared goal. So you can be each other's accountability partners. And that is what is going to keep you going. You don't have to share personal information. You can stick to what you're working on. Okay? So just be honest about your emotions, whether it's pain that comes through, whether confusion comes through, whether exhaustion comes through. It's nice to have an accountability partner that you can actually talk to. Two heads are better than one because when you sit, you'll be talking. Can you imagine then after that, as you talk, revelations are going to start coming. Because you see, you're very intentional. God is very intentional with anyone who yields himself to something that's adding value. You come in there and listen. So as you're struggling with this, battling with this issue, then maybe you're Kezzy and let's say Juliet. And Juliet is battling with this, she's talking about it, then before you know it, Kezzy, I think you should do this and that and that. Or what do you think of this? Do not abandon the process. Number 2, protect your alignment during the refinement season. Okay, the one thing I'm going to tell you during the refinement season, your alignment is going to be tested the most, like a zillion times. Everything is going to want that alignment, positive, negative, and all. Everything is going to vie for your attention. Things that you are not even focusing on, things that you left long time ago, numbers that you even deleted, because you're moving. You're moving. Guard your mind, maintain discipline. This is how you protect your alignment. You protect your alignment during this refinement by maintaining discipline. This one is very crucial. Preserve your routines. Whatever it is that you have that has brought you this far, preserve that routine. And stay connected to the truth. What is the truth? You see, when alignment is being interfered with, hmm, eh, or you blocked one due to disrespect. Sorry, guys, I've not even been reading. I've been focusing on the class. You have overcome procrastination. You are consistent, more firm in your values, and becoming very strong. Moving forward differently. Step one, please. A, my dear, I'm on step three and I've been going. Sorry, I have not been paying attention to you guys. Step one, I said, stop running from pressure. Stop running from pressure. I don't think I need to explain it again, do I? Hmm? Do I need to explain stop running from pressure again? Or you've understood it? Stop running from pressure. Two, I said remain honest during the process. Remain honest during the process, as in honest with your emotions, especially because the process mainly works with your emotions, negatively and positively. Sometimes when you have been searching for something and then you finally find it, yeah, especially when God is going to give you revelatory wisdom, and then you finally find it, you're so happy, you're so excited, you're so happy. Now, you see that emotion? It's an emotion of happiness. Trust me, the opposite is going to come. The opposite is going to come. And what is the opposite doing? Testing your alignment. But it's okay. The more your alignment is tested, the more opportunity you give, or the more you allow God to do his will by testing your alignment at each level. He can even bring back something months after just to test your alignment. Was it genuine the last time, or it is because of? Okay. Four, allow your identity. Did I give you three? Juliet. I think Kezzy has written number two, hasn't she? Kezzy, have written two? Eh. Okay. Kezzy, did you write two? Because Juliet is asking for two. Remain honest during the process. Let me just post it for you here. Okay. Remain honest during the process was about being honest about your emotions, the pain, the confusion, the exhaustion that you experience. Three is protect your alignment during refinement. And I've said when this pressure increases, you need to guard your mind. Let me copy three here. You need to guard your mind. You need to guard your discipline. You need to preserve your routines. What has brought you up to this time, make sure that you keep doing the same. Keep doing the same. Preserve those routines. Stay connected to truth. Avoid returning to old patterns. This is how you protect your alignment. Avoid returning to old patterns. Resist them as much as you can. It's not easy, I can assure you. Most of the times you'll find yourself going back a bit, but you need to keep going. Like I said, even when you're dragged back a bit, push yourself forward. You're dragged back a bit, push yourself forward. Push yourself forward. You'll be totally different from someone who has not started the journey at all. So no matter what, protect your alignment during refinement. Stay connected to truth. Preserve your routines. Whatever it is that has brought you to this point, preserve and even evolve. Get more routines basing on where you are. If some need to be dropped off, like they're no longer serving you, well and good, but most of the times, rarely. Okay, so the first step is allow your identity to be rebuilt. Allow your identity to be rebuilt. You see, the transformation that I'm talking about, it requires the old version of you to die completely. Now, the one thing I'm going to tell you, you cannot cling to old coping mechanisms and you expect that old identity to die. You cannot stay in unhealthy environments. You know that there's abuse in this relationship and all, and you still stay there. You will not have transformation because the old version of you is still being given food by you. Don't you need to allow your identity to be rebuilt. That is for we outgrow some people. Yes, we outgrow. That one is very true because as you evolve, there are conversations you will not be comfortable having. So you kind of like be drawn away from it, from those conversations. Okay? Allow your identity to be rebuilt. All those survival patterns that we were looking at in February. As you're rebuilding, don't allow this to happen. Okay? 5. Have you written 4? Can I write it for you? Someone told you that you're overacting. Because you're sensitive. Now the spirit in you is sensitive. And when the spirit in you is sensitive, someone will look at it as if you're overreacting. But it's not bad to take the feedback and be specific about, maybe you can ask, how am I, what would you have done? Sometimes you need to ask the question, what would you have done, and then assess where the person is coming from when they tell you you're overreacting. Maybe they are right, maybe they are wrong. And when you realize that it's a manipulative tactic, then you have your choice. Just ask, always sometimes flip the question, what would you have done? Because you may not understand their intention originally. Okay? So, 5, focus on formation, not feelings. Focus on formation and not feelings. You see, feelings change daily, but this formation, it produces transformation. Today you can feel angry, tomorrow you feel happy, the other day you're excited, the other day you were. As you're going through the formation, imagine the caterpillar, that love. Focus on formation. Do not measure your growth only by comfort. That's okay. Now you see, I have been having these challenges and I have overcome them. Oh, let me relax. Eh. uh-huh. While we slept, the enemy came and sowed tears. Do not measure your growth only by comfort. Measure it by maturity. You need to be very practical. Measure it by maturity, measure it by stability, measure it by discipline, measure it by wisdom, and even endurance. So, as I conclude today, I was talking about Job earlier, and his life in chapter 10 is he was complaining, he was wailing, the pain was too much. He did not know the purpose for it, he did not have any reference to me, but you and I have. You can make reference to Job. We have seen so many other people who have suffered and they have actually gone through that wire. You see, the reason that's why I stress so much on not abandoning the process. It's very tempting for you to abandon the process when the pressure starts mounting, when the refinement starts going on, when that fire starts burning you, when people reject you, when finances go low, when everything just goes wayward. There is a temptation for you to abandon the process. The moment you start misinterpreting refinement as rejection, you're done. Don't take this refinement process as I am being rejected. Okay, now even this boy, my friends now they are rejecting me. It's okay. Allow the refinement to prune what needs to be pruned and to attract what needs to be attracted. to the light that is coming out of you, to this new you. You see, this refinement, yeah, it's the evidence the transformation is becoming real. And you see, when you start facing rejection, that's when you know that, okay, so the old me is actually gone. Okay. Now start looking at things that way. Every time you see a negative coming, ask yourself, what is this negative communicating? Before you start quickly assuming. I think this applies to relationships also. We always go by feelings and not, yes, that's true. That's so true. That's so true. We always go by feelings. But if we learn to be proactive, then we'll be totally different people. And then we'll inspire so many others to actually approach things totally differently. You change your mindset and help others also, the ones that you can help. Okay, yes, focus on information, not feelings. Okay, so as a leader, as a steward, as a visionary, we must understand that purpose, this journey of transformation that we are going through, purpose is not born in comfort, it is formed through refinement. This process is painful, but the process produces capacity. Things you used not to do, know how to do, now you're very good at. Places you would never have entered into, now you enter without any fear. Presentations you never imagined you would be making and even presenting, now you make and present them. Negative patterns that you never imagined you would confront, now you are confronting, and now life is moving on the way God ordained it to. This process will produce capacity. I'm going to give you one thing that I learned. I think I don't know who I was listening to in 2022 when the business completely went down, and I said, okay, I'm done. I've gone through a lot of pain. This process has been so painful. But then when assignments started coming, when assignments started coming, when assignments started coming, assignment after assignment, assignment after assignment, assignment after assignment, I could not believe myself. Every time you build capacity, God is watching, brings opportunities. He starts bringing opportunities. That is what building capacity does. It creates a void. Because you've built capacity, it creates a void. That void must be filled. Who is going to fill this void, you think? God. This process is building capacity. This capacity is creating a void, is like an empty space. Because now I have capacity. I mean, I have capacity. You saw how we had 5,000 people, 4,000. That was capacity. You understand what I mean? But when it is happening, you don't realize until it's then you're like, hey, in actual sense, I could host 5,000. Okay. So you've created room for him to move. Who are those who have offered themselves as a sacrifice to me? They open the books. Hezi, okay. Grace, Kajara, Juliet, Sim, okay. Take these packages to them. And every, you realize that every pain that you survived became wisdom, became authority, became strength through which others can be helped. Every pain, every single, because when I say every single pain, have you ever been in an environment when they're talking about something, you know the answer? They're talking about something, you know the answer. You know the answer. You know the answer. Where did it come from? The process. You were stretched. You built capacity. Didn't realize what was happening. But every time you experienced pressure, you did research. You went in my inbox, just said, I'm having this challenge. How can you help me? I gave you the information. You learned. You applied. Girl, what do you think you're becoming? What do you think you're becoming? So, guys, we are done. Today is Friday. Next week is Monday. And I want you to do these assignments. Please, please, please. I'm so happy with you, by the way. I am glad that you apply the things that I tell you in this class, because at the end of the day, this is exactly what you're going to move with. Okay? When opportunity knocks on the door and finds you ready, you will be revealed. When opportunity knocks on your door and you've been waiting for it and it knocks and you've been prepared, it will expose you. Every witness will be in public. So, what season of refinement are you currently experiencing? Let me help Casey because she must be reflecting now. What season of refinement are you currently experiencing? What is that season that you're currently experiencing? Maybe you can share. Hmm? Is there a season that you're currently experiencing of refinement? Maybe you can share because now that we're going for the weekend. Rejection, okay, that's good, Hajara. Because rejection is good, it means redirection. Thank you very much, Grace. I'm glad that it was good. It means another. Okay, I can kind of like continue with it. Yeah, and it was actually weighty on me. You could see, I am just a bit stretched. It was a bit weighty for me, very weighty for me to deliver as well. Very weighty for me to deliver. And by the way, let me be honest with you guys. I tarry to get the lessons. I have to. They are. I'm going to be honest with you. God is the one that gives me these lessons that I come with every day in this class. I tarry. I tarry. So I don't come to you with things that are coming from my head. I come to you with divine information, solutions. I don't forge them. I'm not trying to justify myself. I just want you to understand that if you apply what I'm telling you, you will not be responding to me and not only to yourself. But every time you do what God wants you to do, yeah, you'll see His hand. I have seen His hand. Question two: what is the process? What is this process revealing within you? First of all, what season of refinement are you currently experiencing? When you identify the season, for example, you said rejection, okay? What is it revealing within you? What is rejection, Hajar, revealing within you? Maybe you can tell us so that we can use your rejection, not your rejection, but the rejection point that you have given us as a yardstick to answer our areas as well. Hajara, we're waiting. What has rejection, this process of rejection, revealed within you? On this topic, you've really not understood much. You wish you can watch it again. Why? I think I need to edit the videos. Guys, I'm sorry, I have been extremely busy. I have a backlog of videos, but I'm going to edit. I'll try and edit and send it. I'll try and edit this weekend, I promise. I'll try. Let's try. I'll try. Okay. Uh-huh. Delay. Okay. Or delay is the season of refinement you're currently experiencing. Okay. Juliet is experiencing delay. Hajara is experiencing rejection. Uh-huh. What is delay revealing within you? Hajara, what is rejection revealing within you? See, now you're even living when you're answering the questions, which is good. Hajara, what is rejection revealing within you? Mm-hmm. You're thinking. Okay. Go to question 3. What old version of you? Uh-huh. Grace, discomfort. Okay, so Grace, yours is discomfort. Juliet, you had already told us delay. Is it revealing delay? No, no, no. It cannot be revealing delay. Uh-huh. Grace, you say discomfort. The season of refinement that you're currently experiencing is discomfort. Thank you. Uh-huh. So what is discomfort revealing within you, Grace? Mm-hmm. Hajar, I've said it has revealed that you are too nice, people pleaser. You were a people pleaser. You had a lot of fear, but the moment you started applying everything, now you're rejected. Very excellent. Hajar, excellent. Because you see now for you, it is working for you. Now they are rejecting you. Meaning you are, that is your evidence. It is working. You are evolving. You are too nice. You are a people pleaser. You had a lot of fear. Now you have overcome fear, and fear was their weapon. You knew that some fears. And now when you started applying everything, now you're being rejected. What a contradiction that is. Grace, thank you very much. In the meantime, the rest of you, all of you, Juliet, you haven't yet answered number 2. In the meantime, the rest, all of you answer number 3. Grace, what has it revealed in you? It's revealing a change. Eh? You mean a small change? And also self-awareness. It's revealing self-awareness. Okay. Change and self-awareness. Okay. 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 That's good. That's good. Wow. Grace, that is very good. The moment you start seeing change, that means you're seeing transformation, right? Whether it's small, it's transformation. And that self-awareness is very important. You're welcome. You're welcome, Hajara. You're welcome. I'm waiting for question 3. Juliet, you haven't answered question 2. Grace, question 3. What old version of you is dying? Let me help you. I'll start with the Grace. You've said the season of refinement you're currently experiencing is discomfort. The process is revealing awareness, self-awareness, and change. Now that it has revealed self-awareness and change, what old version of you is dying? Delay made you to make a good choice and find better plans for you. Juliet, that is good. So I think God was there saying, I'm not going to give it to you. I wish you can see. Open her eye. I wish you can see. Let me open her eyes so that you can see. See, you opened your eyes, you made a good choice, you found better plans. Good, 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 good. So what old version of you is dying, Juliet? What old version of you is dying? Juliet, I can even guess, but I'm not going to tell you. What old version of you is dying? Grace, what old version of you is dying? Hajar, what old version of you is dying? Eh, Hajara, what old version of you is dying? It has revealed that you are nice to people, you're a pleaser, you had a lot of fear, but the moment you started applying everything, now you're rejected. What old version, Hajara? That you're rejected. Uh-huh. The old version. No, no, no. Now we've understood. We've understood what it's revealing within you. You're making a good choice. You're finding better plans for you. You're better you in the future. Now answer question 3. What old version of you, Juliet, is dying? I know, but I'm not going to tell you. Hajara, self-doubt. That's nice. That is nice. Good, 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 good. Self-doubt. And you know what new version? Okay, I was going to say new version, but when self-doubt goes, Hajara, what do you think is being replaced with self-doubt? What replaces this self-doubt, Hajara? See, you're becoming confident. You learned to say no. Good, 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 good. That's good. That is good. Hajara, what is the opposite of self-doubt? Because now, guys, whatever it is, the old version that is dying, I need you to put a replacement for that old version that is dying. Otherwise, if you don't apply the replacement, you remember the replacement classes that we're having? If you don't replace the old version of you, they roam around, and then they come back where they once were so that they can belong there again. Confidence. Good, good. Thank you, Hajara. Grace, where are you? What old version of you? What old version of you is going? Juliet, you failed to see that you are. Juliet, were you ever impatient? Let me help you a bit. Have you been impatient at any point in time? Juliet, have you been impatient at any point in time? Hajara, another question for you. Grace, I'm not seeing your answer for number 3. As for Kezi, where did you go? You completely left? Grace, ignorance, that's an old version of you that's gone. Okay, what did you replace ignorance with? Self-awareness. Thank you. Now answer question 4. What strength is being developed through this pressure? What strength is being developed through this pressure? Hajara, what strength is being developed through this pressure? Self-awareness has replaced ignorance. Confidence has replaced self-doubt. Yes, Sim, you also said confidence. Now you learn to say no. Good. Juliet, I thought you'd give me impatience as an answer, because every time you'd have delay sometimes, especially when you see good results out of the delay, then there's an aspect of impatience within you that God is dealing with. Chrisia, you're not answering any question. What's happening? Juliet, now that you've acknowledged, you write it. I don't want to say it when you've not acknowledged yet. You acknowledge that you're impatient. So if you acknowledge that you're impatient, what do you realize is the opposite of impatience? Of course, it's patience. Okay. So, question 4, question 4. Before we close, guys, answer the question, then you don't have any homework. The homework you have is the one that I gave you. And only Grace, I think, participated. The old version of you is not being patient. It has now died. Okay, good, 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 good. Uh-huh. Question 4. What strength is being developed through this pressure? Because remember, we are talking about refinement. And refinement is pressure. Pressure applied to you, to everything within you. Wants to birth something new, wants to prune everything that needs to go. So, what is that strength that is being developed through this pressure that you have also recognized? You may not have recognized it, so you don't have to answer, but you can say, I don't know. Or you're not understanding the questions. I wonder why you're not understanding. Today, Kezia, I think you. Oh, especially coming here every other day. Okay, okay, okay. I'm glad that that is making a very huge difference in your life, Grace. That's nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Mhm. Awareness has replaced shyness. Good. And what strength is being developed through the pressure that you've been like delay. When you experienced delay, the strength that was being developed was patience. Okay. Is there anything else you want to share? I think that question may be like a repetition, but if you pay attention to it, it's totally different. But let's not take up so much time. Yes, it's not comfortable sometimes. Yeah, that's true. Okay. So, question last. Okay. And then we close off and have a beautiful weekend. Are you resisting the process or allowing transformation to happen when it comes to refinement? Because the process is refinement. So, are you resisting the process or are you allowing transformation to happen? Are you resisting? You are committed to becoming the better version of yourself. Okay, good, good, good. You are committed to becoming the better version of yourself. Thank you. That's nice. Thank you very much for sharing that. Thank you very much. And that is transformation for you. You are very committed. I think yours is commitment, not resisting, but commitment. So, guys, I would like to close the live. I think we've had 1 hour and 44 minutes. It's a very long time. And I request you all, I think it is only Grace who did an assignment today in regards to sustainability, discernment, responsibility, those other areas. Okay. Uh, it has developed improvement according to the way you are seeing things. Okay. Mm, okay. Okay. Okay, so let's act on the assignment. What assignment did I give you? I want you to remember. Hmm? And refinement is not the end. Refinement is preparation. Don't forget. Refinement is preparation for what you are becoming, who you are becoming, who you are becoming. Okay, so now I gave you an assignment. Grace, what you're going to do, since you finished the part on your, today you talked about finances, you are allowing transportation, transformation you need to happen. Okay, no problem. So now everybody has to go back. I want you to, in your personal time, please, find time. And this is lesson 1, 2, 3, 4. This was lesson 5. Okay. Go to every area of your life. Try at least look at what you encountered, what was exposed, what you uncovered, how you chose to deal with it, whether heal or align. and then how you moved on differently. And please carry out this homework. It is your own personal homework. This was lesson 5, lesson 6. Okay. I want you to get the same. You can get in different areas. Sorry. Look at sustainability, how alignment is maintained through your relationships. Lesson 6, we looked at revelation, confronting your true self. I want to go and look at other areas that you didn't look at the last time. Don't do the same. Okay? Don't do the same. This was lesson 7. Then this was lesson 8. And then this was lesson 9. Do you want me to also put there today's lesson so that you can? Lesson 9. Your assignment for today. You're resisting the process of allowing transfer. Yes, you finished the process. You finished the assignment. No, today's assignment only Grace is done because she was the first. So she presented hers. What did you present? Did you present Juliet? I may have. Um, please forgive me. Let me go back. Yes, Juliet, you did. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was revelation. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, you were talking about relationships. Yes, you did, Juliet. You did. Thank you. I am so sorry. Please forgive me. Yes, you did. Who else did? Hajara, did you? Or you came late when you had finished discussing? Yes, Juliet, you did. Kezi, you said you don't understand from the beginning. Kezi, I don't understood you. Okay, today it's only Juliet and Grace who participated in today's. So Juliet and Juliet and Grace, still, I'm going to ask you to go to the same exact and start from lesson 1, encounters, to the current lesson, which is discernment, okay? Sorry, which is refinement, yeah? Lesson 10. And do exactly what you have done in another area, not the area that you have discussed today. Okay, so that's today's lesson. Start from encounter to lesson 10, refinement. Now, guys, this is you creating your roadmap, building your human blueprint systems. This is you building your human blueprint systems. Start from lesson 1 to lesson 10. Okay? Lesson 1 to lesson 10. If you can come to my inbox, okay, or to my WhatsApp, my number is on the TikTok, and send me your document, just in case you have a document where you have done that assessment, and then I can give you feedback. That would be great on my WhatsApp. And I go through your answers so that I can assess you. By the time we go to Monday, you are aligned and you're moving on well. Yeah. Okay, so I'll still I think continue with some refinement on Monday. We shall look at it in a totally different way now that it's something that, because we left Kezi behind. We don't want to leave anyone behind. So Kezi, I hope you're still here. We are going to not go through the same lesson. We're going to have a continuation of refinement in a different way, or in a different, totally different way, so that you can also be part of this class before we go to lesson, the after lessons. So we'll have a refinement part 2. Okay, guys. May God bless you. May He richly, richly bless you to have a beautiful weekend. Be blessed. May your hands be blessed. May you be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, and take dominion in the name of Jesus. May God reward you for all the time that you have taken to yield to Him. May He reward you with fruitfulness. May He reward you. May He reward you with open doors, opportunities for you to be able to start practicing what you are learning, because you need platforms where you can actually implement what He has or what He is doing in you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. You're welcome. Kezi, don't worry. We'll do it again on Monday, but not exactly the same. But maybe it will be much more easier, because we need to understand what the process is producing within. Okay. Okay, guys. Have a very beautiful weekend. It was nice talking to you. Bye bye. Nice weekend. God bless you.